All right, my timing's coming up at 10:31. I just made the post, so I'll put this. It's 10:28 now. So yeah, this is just the apex of all the action over kind of since June 1st. So let's see if the stock. I mean, it's just for fun. Sometimes these apexes, maybe we could come down and retest it. No, I don't think so. I think the apex is way down here. Yeah, 229. I don't see any structure that would support us going down there, but do we actually break out here? Because we kind of reached that apex. Let me put it on a bigger version here. See this apex? It's estimated. It's a little further out. I mean, you could say it's right at 12 now. I mean, the other day when I measured this, this was the tip. But sometimes as things progress, this stretched out a little further. I didn't move any lines, but that's just the way the chart ended up. This apex was here, this mini one, and you could see there was a reaction at that time period. So it was Tuesday. It was kind of this bottoming down uptrend line when that reached here, right? That was kind of the open today, right? Boom. Looks like, and then so there's another apex. You could say it's coming in right here around 10:31. You could say worst case it's at 1300, which would be 12 o'clock. So between 10:31 and 12. But let's just see what happens. Put it on the 1 minute again. And well, let me show you how far back that goes, just to show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's kind of from this whole range since the dilution. Kind of, this would be inside the range. This would be so you could really say from June 1st, uh, we've been in the same range. So let's see if today, in the next, well, let's flip it back to the 1 minute. I'm just going to let this run. I'm going to go take a coffee break. But it's 10:30. You can see here. So, well, might as well wait. 10:31 is right coming here, and we're still at two. Well, we were at 258 when I first posted about it, and we kind of climbed into it. But do we like pivot up higher into this zone? Is the question. So now we just hit the zone. We're at 259, and here I could put this on to make it more interesting. But yeah, I mean, I'm playing reindeer games here on the stock. It's always interesting to see if your hard work that you do and all the things you do can actually um, almost hit to the minute. I the bottom I hit within an hour and a half. When we hit 93 cents on AMC, I said the Bears have until I think I said 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. I had something like this drawn out, right? I said they have till 7 a.m. tomorrow morning to make it hit under 93, otherwise this goes bullish. And that was right at the 93-cent low, and that ended up being a fun exercise of, like an apex and a pivot zone that I timed out. And then at 7:30 that morning, instead of hitting 93, we broke above a dollar and began running, right, to, I believe, to 194 off that first leg. But that was a fun game, and so I'm just playing this game again. We passed the 1031 zone. We're still 259. We're a penny higher than when I put that up. So, like I said, you could literally say this pivot or this apex zone, kind of let's put it on a 5 minute here. Yeah, you could say it goes from 1031 was what it showed the other day, but it's showing up really right here into 20 minutes before the close. Basically, 1340, 1400 being the close. 1335 is kind of. So if I were to put two of these, let's just do that for fun since the apex, I didn't check on it today, but you could say literally as it sharpened up as we came into that time frame, it became this is kind of the apex zone. This did show though, guys, and that's just the thing about charts. It happens to me all the time on Ameritrade. Happens to me all the time on TradingView. Happens. There's no timing stuff I can do really on StockCharts.com and some other charting programs I use. But when I'm trying to time something, it's it's not rare for this apex to change on me. I didn't change the drawing. I didn't move anything, but the exact cross of it, as you get to that date, it was close. It's within 10:31, 11:31. It's within an hour and 20 minutes, right? But it didn't hit exactly, right? The other day when I was putting this timing line on, it looked like this. But as the chart progresses, I didn't move anything. It still shows there's room until that exact tip. So now today I can update that to, actually that says 154. I think it says 154, yeah. So 10, so it's actually 3 hour difference. So this is saying sometime after hours. But either way, we'll leave this here for fun. I'll pause the video for now. I'll come back to it when we get through part of this zone. So, guys, I'm just checking in real quick. It looks like right at that time period, the first time period, that we did go right to the highs of the session. It looks like we pulled back in for a retest into the range, and now we're back at the highs. So yeah, just make it interesting. Again, this is the 1 minute shows right when we crossed, literally right when we crossed, we went right to the highs. That's I didn't move that. You just saw that bar in the picture, and then we were unable to clear the highs, and then we came back in, and we're back at the highs of the session. Let me show you on a 5 minute, and then I'll come back and check this a few times. Yeah, that the real apex, remember, it didn't move again yet, so it comes at 154. So we'll just watch that section just out of something to do, you know. Well, I'm just going to post this. You can see, you know, I mean, we went back into range, we tested, and now we're pushing. So, I mean, it wasn't too far off. If that was 10:31, it's now 10:58. Not a bad call. It would have been perfect time to grab some shares, right? Anyway, the real apex over here, the updated apex, let's say, is at 1:54 p.m. So not looking bad. We still need to get over 305, guys. But interesting. Anyway, nonetheless, I just like to use my analysis, share it, and see if it is at all accurate. And that seemed to be a pretty good turning point on the stock. So not bad, right? Anyway, let's do this.